Hey guys, it's Marta. Welcome to my garden. Today I wanted to meet with you, show you what I'll be doing in the garden. So I'll be doing some tasks, and also I wanted to show you so many beautiful blooms. Everything is exploding. We have more and more blooms, so we'll walk around the garden. We'll start here in my shaded corner. Finally, I'll be showing it to you like it looks normally, because we are usually filming in the morning and it's very sunny then, but then after 11 o'clock this is always shaded. So I'm having a lot of Japanese maples here. This one, the largest one, is Seiru. I also have emerald lace that is very tiny, but I cannot remember the name of this one. This is a pendula type maple, Japanese maple, and I'm having some problems on it. The ants are making a green fly or black fly colony on this maple. So I've already started using some eco sprays for the black fly, and hopefully this will manage the problem. So my bulb lasagnas are almost done, though the pansies are still looking incredible. With the tulips, I will be removing the seed pods or the heads of the tulips, and I will be letting them dry out. As this is a very nice place, I like it always to look at its prime. I am not leaving those bulbs here. I will be removing them to a less seen space. They will still get the sun, they will get the energy for the bulbs, but here I'll be starting with my summer plantings, and I'm very excited for the plantings. I want it to be very lime green and a lot of white and yellows, so it corresponds nicely with the leaves of the Japanese maples, and those will be removed elsewhere. So with your tulips, if you want to get best results, if you have them in a pot or you have them in the ground, it's best to let your tulips dry out totally, so the leaves need to be very, very dry. And then you can remove the leaves. If you want the best results for your bulbs, you'd better dig out your bulb, let it dry, store it somewhere cool and dry, and then plant them in the ground, choosing only the biggest bulbs. In, let's say, October, I think, is the best month to plant them. But in my garden I have few thousand bulbs, so I don't do that. I let them grow in the ground. Sometimes they come back for me year after year. I have some tulips that have been blooming for me for 7 years, but sometimes even next year I will only get the leaves, because there were so many those tiny bulbils, because the main bulb divided into the tiny bulbils, so I'll only get the leaves. So this is a hit and miss. I never know which ones will perform best. I know that the best spaces are the best drained ones and very hot in summer. Those are the spaces in my garden that I get the reblooming of the tulips best, and then you have some of the varieties that are better suited for this. So the Triumph tulips or Ballerina is very good for me, spring green, all of those Van Eyck tulips also. My pansies are looking fabulous, especially those ones, but some pansies in my garden are not looking that well. It's been so hot that they've been growing so much faster than usual, and they are acting like it's the end of June. So if your pansies are getting leggy and they are, flopping, it's good to cut them back. They will not look nice for a moment, but because you cut them down, they will bush out and they will form a nice clump, and they will probably bloom for you for much longer. So this is what I do when they get too leggy. So those pansies will be going next to my greenhouse, and I will show you one pot that will give you an idea that I have for this spot. So I am in the midst of changing the decorations from the bulb lasagnas to the summer pots. I will be getting new pots for this space, so this will come in the next videos, but this is a sneak peek of the things that are going on in my head. in terms of colors. So my challenge, I just made a reel on my Instagram, and my challenge for myself was the Supertunia Mini Vista Yellow. I am not too fond of yellow flowers, but if they are on the lime side, I'm very excited. So I was trying to go with the flow of the Supertunia yellow, Mini Vista Yellow, and add more lime colors to it, so I get more hints of lime in the flowers, adding maybe some white. And this is the idea I'm having for that space. I want a lot of lime, so that will come in the next videos. And also this space, I hope it will look very, very nice. Okay, let's go to another part of the garden. I'll show you what's blooming on the Brunnera border. I was a bit surprised when I came back from my holidays when I've seen new tulips emerging. I was sure that the ones that were blooming 4 weeks ago were the ones that I was planting in the fall. No, they were from the years before, and these ones I planted in the fall. So now we'll be having almost 4 to 5 weeks of tulips, which I'm so happy about. I just forgot about planting them. I love those surprises so much. And this tulip is a classic lily shaped white tulip. I think it was supposed to be Sapporo. I think it's a different one because I've had Sapporo before and it looked a bit different. Nonetheless, it looks beautiful, and the Brunneras are still blooming, so you can see how long this perennial is blooming. Almost 3 weeks now, so that's wonderful. When they will be stopping their blooms, you can remove the stalks or you can let them seed themselves, because I have the best Brunnera was self-seeded from one of those parents, not those. I will show you, she looks so pretty. So this baby is my favorite. It self-seeded itself here. I really love it. It's quite unique. Her petals, or its petals, are also blue, but also pink. So it's like a rainbow in the petals, and also the leaves are incredibly light, and it almost looks like it's silvery white and then cracked like glass. I really love it. It's of course personal preference, but this one is my favorite in the garden. Okay, let's go to the next garden room. Guys, look at those tulips. Aren't they magnificent? They look so pretty and they are so tall. I really love what I've done with this space. I really wanted color in the spring, so I added a lot of tulips. Some of them are still in bud, so I was probably adding more and more of the leftover tulips here. But I really like this splashes of color, and I can see that from the window that I always look through when I'm eating, because it's our dining room. So as the tulips will stop blooming, I will be deadheading them, pruning them, maybe even more. So all the plants that are in there, so like ranunculus, I have some biennials, I want them to get more light. This is quite important because my garden is so dense. This is also important for me to go border by border to see which plants are shading other plants. So sometimes I'm removing a leaf. I'm trying to check if everyone is getting a decent amount of light and decent amount of water, and this is what I do, especially now that we've had, as you can see, we've had 26, 27 degrees in the past few days, which is summer temperatures, not April and May temperatures for our country. So the plants are struggling. So I'm trying to stay on top of my game and check if everyone is happy. May is also the moment I will be taking care of my lawn again. After the spring maintenance, I was not doing anything to it. The robots were only mowing it. So I will be fertilizing again because it's been more than 6 weeks now. So fertilizing this week, and I will be trimming those edges because I really like when they look so neat. I've shown you how I do it in the spring video. In the next video, I wanted to talk about those perennials, those phlox. They are so incredible, and they are such tough plants. If you have a spot that is sunny, that doesn't have too good soil, and they will just be thriving. I will talk about them in the next video. I wanted to show you also my rhododendron that is starting to bloom. So the ballerina tulips, as you can see, are starting to diminish. I will be deadheading them so the leaves can dry, and behind them you can see all of the alliums are almost starting to bloom, which is not usual. We would expect them to bloom at the end of May in our country, so this year is really different than the others. With alliums you will see that the tips of the leaves are starting to dry out. Sometimes you will have the whole leaves drying out. You can remove them. It's not like with tulips. They are not looking too pretty, and a lot of people are always writing to me if there's something wrong with my alliums. No, this is like normal to them, but you can remove those leaves so they are looking better and they are not shading other plants that are below them. So I'm usually going through my borders and just taking those leaves out. So this is my Rododendron Furnival's daughter. I really love it. It needs 2 more days to shine, but I will show you in the next video. It will look magnificent. In the next video I will also talk about 3 peonies. They started blooming and they look incredible, but that will be in the next video. They look so pretty. I just cannot compare how pretty they are. Okay guys, please let me know, how are your gardens? What's happening? Are all the plants fine? What is blooming in your region? How is the weather in your country? I really love hearing from all of you from all over the world. And if you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.